Good evening, students. In this video, I'm going to explain the American Scholar. I have given the summary for the American Scholar. It was written by Ralph Waldo Emerson for second BA English American Literature. He was an essayist, philosopher, and abolished slavery, and also a poet. He gives importance to individualism. And Nietzsche says he was the most gifted of the Americans. American Scholar was actually a speech delivered by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and on August 31st, 1837, to the um, Phi Beta Kappa Society of Harvard College, and this society aims to promote arts and science. And the society is the oldest society in US, and promote excellence in the liberal arts and science. It describes transcendentalism, and the subheading scholar by nature. So actually, in this speech, he talks about American scholars. So in what way they have to lead life, in what way they have to help others, in what way they have to develop society, and in what way they have to be friendly with nature. These things and all he has discussed in this speech. Later it was published. And the first influence upon the mind is that of nature. The scholar must be influenced by nature. So you just ask the scholar, especially American scholars, they have to influenced by nature. So sunset, sunrise, night, stars are all the beauty of the nature. Though all of us are seeing these things around, we don't have time to enjoy and admire the beauty of nature. And according to the author, nature and soul are always interconnected. So know thyself and study nature. Scholar by book. The next great influence into the spirit of the scholar is the mind of the past. How actually we will get the information about the past only through books, isn't it? So we know the past and influenced by the past only through books. The past may come in the form of poetry through literature, not only in poetry, in any other form. According to the author, books are the best influence of the past. It transforms our life into truth. The writer is just and wise spirit. Young generation grow up only in library. The author wants our generation to be man thinking. So according to Emerson, man thinking is not just thinking about what he has learned in school or from the books, but through the experience and from nature, what he learned. So that person has been called man thinking. And books should inspire the readers. He further says the one thing in the world of value is the active soul. If our soul active, we can see absolute truth and utter truth around us. The book tells us the past of the genius. The best books gives us pleasure. Great men and heroic men exist only in printed pages. Every sentence in the books are very, very important. According to the author, the knowledge of the writer is bigger than the world. According to the author, the scholars are influenced by three things. One is nature, second one past, and last one is action. Scholar by action. In those days, clergy are the scholars of the day. And without it, he is not a action. Without action, he is not it man. Without action, thought can never be ripened into truth. According to the author, inaction is cowardice. Inaction means doing nothing, simply. And there is a wide world around us. It gives lot of thoughts. The thoughts come from experience and also by our silent observation. One who put his full strength in his action, actually the richest wisdom of him only. The author says that our life is our dictionary. We can learn anything from our surrounding. Theoretical knowledge can be gained through books, okay, but practical knowledge can be gained only through action. While talking about action, the author says character is higher than the intellect. The author further says that thinking is important, but action is the implementation of thinking. Only a strong soul can think strongly and live strongly. Living strongly is a powerful act. Thinking is a partial act. There is a virtue in any action, but labor is everywhere welcome. Next one is man thinking. I have explained what's the meaning of man thinking already. He is one who raises himself from considerations and breathes and lives on public and illustrious thoughts. Man thinking is a eye opener actually. He dislikes barbarism and preserves biographies, verse, and history by his constant reading and gets inspired. He gains knowledge through various sources and impart knowledge what he has gained to others. The scholar observes and inspires around him. The poet who has got inspiration remember his thoughts in solitude. Solitude means when he is alone, and records them. And then his thoughts are heard by the listeners. And then the author talks about self-trust, which is the part of man thinking. The author tells that the scholars should be free and brave. They have to be free and they have to be brave. They must be free from obstacles. Whatever problem comes, you should not afraid of anything. You have to free from any bondage and you have to free from distrust. They must be very, very brave. That's very important. And he should trust himself. The great man makes the great thing. The author lists out the great men and women in various fields, but nowadays they seek power and money, but they are unaware of reality. So nowadays even great people always expects money and power, and but they don't know what is actually what is actually reality. Man thinking compares with one light. If he is that means man thinking person is actually a light, but his inspiring speech inspire many people. Suppose man thinking person speaks, definitely it will be listened by everyone, inspired by everyone. And we can be happy through poetry and art, through philosophy and science, through church and state. Even in simple things we can be happy. The great writers actually were inspired by simple things which are around them. The author says man is surprised to find the things near are not less beautiful and wondrous than things remote. So you should not think that only the beautiful things not very near to us. It is not true actually. So in our day-to-day life, whatever we see, whatever we inspire around us, that is also very, very important and that is also very beautiful. The author says Manuel Swedenborg describes the connection between the nature and soul. And finally, the author says patience is very, very important. And the author concludes by saying that each individual should be inspired by things around, and this inspiration should inspire all other men. Thank you, students. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.